Diane in Denmark here, and welcome back to another declutter session this week in Flylady Zone for the master bedroom. Let me just put this down. I'm just going to do a quick declutter for 5 or 10 minutes. But you know, if you're watching this the day that I'm making it, Friday, yeah, we made it to the end of another week. This week has been really tough for me. I'm sure you've kind of sensed that in my videos this week. You know, we don't get much sun in Denmark at this time of year, but really not many sunshine hours. But my Flylady routines get me through the good times and the bad times. So if you're feeling the same way, please keep going with your routines. You know, getting dressed to shoes, to indoor shoes, getting your face on for the day, looking out your outfit for the next day, keeping your sink dry and the sink area clear. Just those little things are really going to keep you going when times are tough. But anyway, we have made it to the end, yes, of another week. And I felt this morning, I've just come back from my skinny dip with my bestie, Vibeke. So my fingers are a wee bit cold. But I have felt today there's actually a bit of sunshine. I actually saw a little bit of blue sky. And today I'm beginning to feel that sea change within me, which means that I can actually kind of smell spring is on its way, and anyway, the change is coming. So, you know, and we've really just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. If you're the same as me and these are difficult times for you in the long dark winter, you know, keep putting one foot in front of the other and being good to yourself, because that is really going to change things for you. Anyway, I'm going to do a little declutter of scarves, and let me into a secret. This is just one box of scarves. I actually have like 2 or 3, but we're just doing one at a time. And remember, don't judge me on the things that I have, because you probably have, if you're watching this, you've probably got clutter of, you know, kids' toys or shoes or knickknacks, you know, whatever you've been collecting, books, you know, I say it all the time. Now, I did a declutter in here, I think, was it on Monday I did my jewellery? I can't remember which day, doesn't matter. And I showed you me decluttering my jewellery. And I haven't done, you know, brooches and earrings and bracelets yet. Well, I'll get to that another day. But there were a few questions about brooches, how to wear your brooches. And if you saw me yesterday doing my little Scottish thing with making the haggis pie, I was wearing a sash, clanswoman style, and I had my little Scottish brooch on it. And I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas. Let me just grab them to show you how you can wear a brooch so that, you know, somebody said, you know, sometimes it looks a bit kind of granny style, because brooches kind of come and go, but they're a bit more difficult than, you know, just wearing a necklace. Anyway, one of the things that I do is I have this really nice blouse that I like, which has got a big bow at the back, but it's kind of too much to wear a necklace with it. So quite often I put on a wee brooch. Do you see that one? So it just kind of sits up here at the neck, and it's not kind of sitting down here like normally with a brooch you'd have it here just on the just above your bust. And that can look a bit granny-ish depending on, you know, what size of bust you have. But I think it looks quite nice there up on, you know, high on the neck. And one of the other things that I also do, because I don't wear too many, most of my blazers actually don't have lapels to begin with. But what I do sometimes do with a brooch is, if, you know, I've got like a long string of beads. I mean, how many of these pearly ones have I got? Sometimes let me take this one off and I can show you. Sometimes what I do is I take, I've had this wee brooch that I picked up in a second-hand store in Edinburgh called Herman Brown, which used to do like vintage stuff. And gosh, I must have bought that one like I was at 15 or 16 years old. But it's a really nice little heart brooch, and sometimes I put it on a strand of necklace, you know, a necklace like this, and I use it to actually make, you know, and instead of tying a knot in my necklace, I use that to make the knot. But you would have to play about a bit, you know, and I would probably have it a wee bit lower here or, you know, up here. So anyway, that's a wee idea of what you could do if you have a brooch. And the other thing is, you know, it doesn't have to be the kind of pearly type. This is one that I just pulled out of my wardrobe right now. I've got this kind of fairly boring strand, 3 strands of black shiny beads, and I actually got this little flowery one. Can you see? It's like a little flower, and there's a little buttons inside. It's quite cute, and it actually came with a jacket. I think it was a jacket that I bought, and it was a removable thing, and I quite like this little thing. And I just thought just now I could do the same thing with this. Let me see. And with this one I could do the same thing and just kind of put it on the side for a bit of a funky look. I don't know if I can see what I'm doing with these old eyes of mine. There we are, almost there. There you go. Right, well, of course I wouldn't wear it with the cream jacket. Let me see. But to give you an idea, you could put one on the side of a necklace. Anyway, let me take that off. Just a couple of ideas if you're looking at things to do with your brooches. And of course the other thing is that you can put them, you know, on a scarf. You know, if you've got this kind of scarf, and put the brooch at the front, or, you know, at the side, or even put it on, you know, if you've got a canvas type of handbag, you can actually put the brooch on the back. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get down to declutter. I'll turn you around. I'm just going to sit on the bed and do this declutter. As you know, I don't have any fancy equipment. I'm just using my phone to make these. I don't go editing, and I'm not doing things, you know, in that fast filming, because I want you to see that things don't have to be perfect. You know, it's just me in my house, showing you my home, that you can do this too. And also that we can do a lot if we just set our minds to and do like 5 minutes or 10 minutes at a time. So anyway, let me turn you around and let's get going with the scarf declutter. Right, eyes down for a full house. You know the way that we do it. You either have 3 bags, boxes, you don't need the Flylady things, but you're going to have throw away, give away, put away. My put away ones will be going back into this old box. And actually, the ones that I'm giving away, those are going to go to the clothes swap party, because one coming up of those. And a lot of these scarves, I went through a real phase of wearing scarves about 5 or 6 years ago, and I always had a scarf on, like every single day. And I would, you know, and in the winter I have the scarf that I'm wearing indoors, and then sometimes 2 scarves. It was like -degrees here in Copenhagen. And I've always kind of collected scarves, a bit like my granny in that way. My granny loved accessories and junk jewellery and all of that stuff. And as I told you, you know, when I was a teenager, I started going to vintage shops and second-hand shops, and you know, these ones came from a thrift store. So I've collected a lot, and I'm just checking the colour. I might keep that one. And I've bought so many. I mean, this one, gosh, it looks really dreadful now, but I bought this in a second-hand shop. This brings back memories. And it's a German one. I can see it's from München. Anyway, that was one that I wore a lot. But you know what? It doesn't suit me. And even though it has memories from the past, this is one of my first ones. It really doesn't look great, and that is going to go. I don't think actually anybody's going to want that. The colour is faded on it, and it looks pretty grotty. So that's going to be that'll be a throwaway. But it's not throwaway as such. We have recycling here where the rags are, you know, they're made into other stuff and rugs and stuff. So it's not, don't worry, it's not going into kind of landfill. And the same with, oh gosh, I remember, I've even got a picture of me wearing this like on my 21st birthday. But actually that one's quite nice. That's a giveaway. And as I say, I have like 3 boxes of scarves. And I've kept them down in the basement because I'm not using them at the moment. And it was just the other day when I did my jewellery. Actually, I still quite like this one. I like this colour. And the long scarves aren't in at the moment, but if the colour is good for me, and I like the dots, where have you seen all those polka dots before, then I'm keeping it. I've had them downstairs because I just needed to kind of put them away and think about them. But they are taking up space downstairs, and now I'm kind of ready to deal with it. And that's the thing with the Flylady system. Declutter. Start with the areas, things like kitchen and the bathroom, because a lot of those things we don't kind of have a sentimental attachment to them. And, it's easier to get rid of them. Whereas, when you've got things like family heirlooms or pictures, sometimes we just need a bit of time. But that's also the good thing about decluttering the Flylady way. We're just doing 5 or 10 minutes at a time. I'm doing this box and that will be it. Should I keep this one, the grey? The grey is actually quite nice, yeah. And this one I use, I used this actually quite recently. It's a really long silky one. And whenever we go to a fancy dress party, and it's not kind of like a certain dictated style, I always go as kind of thoroughly modern Millie, because Millie is I want to be thoroughly modern Millie. So I always go as a flapper, from 1910, 1920. So that's a definite keeper. And this one was quite an expensive Danish one. But you know what, just because it's expensive, there's no need to hang on to it. You've got to consider, do you like the colour? Is it a kind of classic thing? Or is it something that you bought because it was in that kind of season and, now it looks really dated? This one is a nice silk one. It's black and white and it's a classic, so that I get to keep. So it's not about whether something has cost a lot of money or not. And this one, I'm talking about kind of fads and things, this is one of those kind of poncho things. And I've got enough dressing up clothes, so that is going to be a giveaway. Right, this one I like. It's like an Indian silk sari type, and I like pink, and pink looks good on me in the summer. So that is quite good as a kind of huge cover up, if I'm wearing some kind of white dress and a shot of pink. Oh, and this is another old one, but if I remember rightly, this is even, oh goodness, look, Holy Moses. It's got holes in it. Okay, that is definitely, that one I have had since probably I was about 13 or 14 years old. This one I also got in a second-hand shop, and I love, love, love it. You see the print on it? There's just something about it, and it's kind of soft and silky. That's a keeper. Okay, this is a kind of little black kind of poncho style. No, don't need that. And any of these really thin, stringy ones, they were in fashion, gosh, about 10 years ago. But actually, they don't look good on me. Not that type, anyway. And this one, yeah, I'll maybe keep that because I like turquoise. Did you know that turquoise and aqua, it's the only colour that suits every face tint. That's why they use it so much in uniforms, turquoise. Did you know that? Okay, this is a plain blue one, and sometimes I tie that around a hat, so that's all right. And this grey one, no, it's not kind of big enough to be a shawl thing, so no. And to be honest, I've never really liked the embroidery on it, so that's a giveaway. Oh my goodness, I'm doing well. And this one is just, it's too dull a colour for me, and it's got little sparkles on it. Gosh, the girls at the clothes swap party, they are going to be so pleased when I turn up next time. Okay, this is a pink velour one. No. And this is the thing, I'm really getting a much better idea of what looks good in me and what I want to wear and what goes with what I have. And like this blue and white stripy one doesn't look that exciting, but actually it's a really good one to have for me in the spring, because, you know, blue and white, you know, kind of sailor, we're all out on our boats. And this one is just too busy, so that's not for me anymore. Now this one, now we're talking, see, back to the polka dots again. And I am much better now about not buying, you know, before I was like that kind of magpie. Whenever I went into like a charity shop, I would just be buying up scarves kind of for the sake of it. It's a nice one too, but the green is not it's not my colour, it's not good enough. So, and there are only so many days in a week that, you know, you can wear an outfit. And this one is also too thin. It's one of those crushed ones. This one I like because it's got the blue and white and a wee bit of orange. That's quite beachy. Okay, and a white one I'll keep because quite often when the kids are needing something for dressing up, we need some kind of white band or something. So that I will keep. This one is a cream scarf. And I've always actually quite liked the embroidery in that one. It's like sunflowers. And it'll be nice if it's washed up in iron. So that is a keeper. And the gold one I will keep because I have used it a couple of times for special occasions. Remember, if you have special occasion wear, don't count that as part of your, you know, if you're doing one of those 30 item wardrobes. Occasion wear is something different, so don't feel like you have to throw it away because you haven't, or give it away because you haven't used it recently. Occasion wear is a bit different. You know, if you've got something that you only ever wear for, you know, going to a gala or going to a funeral, you don't need to worry about that because you haven't used it like in the last 6 months, all right? So don't feel like you have to get rid of all your stuff. Remember, if you're not wearing it and not enjoying using it and it doesn't fit with what you got, then, you know, by all means, let's pare down a bit. And this is another gold one. So that's the problem. I've had too many things in this box and they all got messed up. Right, red and white stripes. Not going to see me wearing that right here now, but I like stripes, as you know. Sometimes when I'm doing my outfits, I think, oh my goodness, they're going to say not the stripes, not the polka dots again. And this one I really like. Not something I would wear right now, but the colours suit me because I need to wear clear colours. You know, all those kind of army greens and olives and kind of muddy browns. Those don't suit me at all. So I need any clear colours because those go really well with my complexion and with my eyes. So I'll hang on to that one because I'm not wearing it right now, but it actually looks quite Mary Quant-ish, you know, Mary Quant, quite kind of psychedelic in a way. Actually, I might start wearing it again, so it'd be really nice in the summer with a white top. Right, okay, this Liberty one, Liberty, and I remember when I got this was a gift from my boyfriend's friend when I turned 21 years old. And it's really nice. It's a nice Liberty scarf, but the colours don't suit me and I never wear it. So that is going to the giveaway pile. My goodness, I am doing well today. Okay, just a few more and then we're nearly done. Okay, this is a stripy one. Colours aren't good for me and it's too thin. Okay, my tartan sash. That is a keeper, not something I wear very often. Let's call it occasion wear. Wear occasionally. Okay, and this one I'm going to keep because, not because I really wear it very often, but it does remind me of Doctor Who. And if we're kind of, oh, sorry, I got an itchy nose again. If we're doing a dress up for Doctor Who party, I'm going to hold on to it. You're allowed to have a few weird things that you really should get rid of. Yeah, it's not an all or nothing process, this. Okay, this is another kind of poncho thing. Not me. Giveaway. Okay, and a red silk scarf. I like this one. So that's a keeper. Oh, more dots, more dots. Okay, and this black and white one, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about this. I'll hold on to it. I really like the feel of it, and it's black and white. So that gets to stay for now. And remember with this decluttering thing, I said before, we're going round in circles. Like you do a decluttering, you think, oh, go me, because I got rid of a whole bag of scarves not that long ago. But then, you know, you go round again and you say, oh, I mean, look how many are in there. So it gets easier, and then you know yourself, like, you know, why was I holding on to it? I didn't really need to hold on to it. So you know yourself better, and you're better about not bringing things into the house, and then you're also more aware of what you've got in the house and can we get rid of more. Right, this purple one I quite like. I'm not into purple at the moment. I went through a big purple phase a couple of years ago, but the colours are good for me, so I shall keep it for the moment. And a black one, I'll hold on to that too, because it's one of those kind of classic ones, and also one of those ones that you can just kind of roll up into a ball. Okay, and this one, this is a cream one, but it's not a kind of classic cream one, so that is going out. Because I've got a lot of nice scarves that I use. And this last one, this was also one, a charity shop from many years ago, and there's just something I like about the print, and it's definitely not, I mean, it's not an Hermes or anything, but there's just something I like about it. Okay, but that one needs a wash. Okay, so that's going to go into the washing basket. Okay, so put away, I've put them back in the box, and I can actually, there's actually space on the top of the box. I've got a whole, and I'm not even going to count them, but I'm thinking there's probably 20-25 scarves in there. And I've got two which were holy and which will go into recycling. Go me, go me, go me. Okay, I forgot my pom-poms, but my pom-poms are always here in spirit. Anyway, and it's Friday, so I've already filled up the car with petrol, did that the other day. I've got the snacks in for me and hubby and the kids, you know, our favourite snacks because it's date night. And there's not really much to go through in my purse, woohoo, because I haven't really spent money this week, woohoo again. Anyway, I will be on Instagram, but you won't see me on YouTube over the weekend. I keep my videos Monday to Friday. I try and keep them short so we can kind of work together, so you're not sitting there in your boohookie, but they're actually getting things done. Anyway, that's it for me, Diane in Denmark. Hope the weather is good where you are. Live long and prosper. May the hygge be with you, and let's just hope for some sunshine out there. Okay, bye for now.